In our Treasure Chest Committee meeting of October 12th, 2023. And our first order of business is to make sure we have a quorum. And we indeed do have a quorum of members present. So we're going to move on to our next agenda item, which is old business. And first item under old business is to accept the Treasure Chest Committee meeting minutes of September 12th, 2023. And I have them here. If anybody needs some, they're up here, but take a look, and when you're ready, we'll approve the minutes.
So the date is wrong, right? The minutes are for September 12th. So we need to correct that, right? The old
Correct what?
business is the meeting minutes for
August.
August 17th, that's not right.
That is. Those are the meeting minutes
Or for the
for the meeting on the 12th that you had.
meeting we had on the 12th.
You approved the meeting minutes
For the 17th.
for the 17th.
I thought we revised them.
You did.
Yeah.
It was on the-
And then I submitted them as amended.
So they do not have to be, we don't have to read them again.
No, you're just,
Oh, okay, I see.
it's just what happened.
Hi.
I am. Just started sitting here.
Nobody, you.
Okay. It's more comfortable in that chair.
Oh, yeah. We're just looking at the papers. Everything looks good.
Any changes?
Want to change a minute?
Just a second.
That'll be fine.
Oh, she can whip through it.
How do you do?
Huh?
How do you do? Good.
Is this the minutes or is that also? Is this also the minutes? Or just this?
All of this is this and that.
New business?
It's new business, yeah?
Oh, got it. Discuss the issue. Yeah.
In the treasure chest communication plan, maybe I'm jumping ahead, am I? Because I was just going to say, I don't know who Tom or Cody are. It says if it's necessitated to call 911.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun. Let's
I'm
finish
jumping
these
again.
minutes
I'll wait,
first.
yeah. I just didn't know who they were. Thank you.
Any changes to the minutes?
Looks good.
Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for September 2023?
So moved?
Yep.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next meeting, or next agenda item under old business is a continuation and discussion of the proposed language changes to the Treasure Chest Committee charge.
So I submitted to Jeff the changes we asked for, and I haven't heard back from him to see if he had to bring it to the board, and so to see if it had a chance. But the thing that didn't come through on the minutes, and I know we talked about it, was where the board wants us to meet once a month. We agreed on the third Thursday. Remember, we talked of setting either the first or the third Thursday. And I think, remember Mary saying that the first was too close to holidays?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Usually the holidays
The
at the end of
third
the
would
month.
be the one that would be.
Rainey,
the
you should be
closest
writing.
to the holiday.
I
Wouldn't
was
it
gonna say the holidays are.
Eric, I told you, you got the wrong.
No, you did a great job.
Backing
I
up
just
the
wanted to-
wrong tree.
Really good job. Chris-
My question is,
I thought it was the
I
first.
think we agreed on the third. The third.
Well, I thought the third was the one that was too close to the holidays, like
Yeah,
at
we
Thanksgiving
went
and
to-
Christmas,
she
so I
thought
said, how
maybe
about the
was-
first?
Oh, I see what you're
Thursday.
saying, the opposite.
Just the
Because I was gonna say, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first Thursday as
The
opposed
first
to the
Thursday
third.
of every month,
Yeah.
we will.
And do we know why? I know the selectmen said they wanted us to meet monthly because we didn't used to.
Yeah.
Do we know the reason for that?
Because we are, with the public, only for the public to hear what we are doing.
Doing?
Yeah.
Okay, to better inform the public, huh?
And from the public, yeah.
Mhm.
So for that, I had thought it was the third, so I set out the dates for the rest of the year, which is easy, it doesn't have to,
Well, I brought a calendar. If you-
And it's also school vacation in February and school vacation in April, so
Yeah.
yeah.
the
it's
third
often-
is not a good
yeah.
Thursday.
So we want to meet.
Any of us have kids at school vacations?
Well,
So
I
you wanna meet the
work,
first Thursday?
I know, but I'm gonna probably use my
You wanna do
vacation.
the first Thursday of the month? Is
Because
that
I
what we're
teach.
talking
Got
about
to
here?
Thursday.
It's
Thursday.
first Thursday.
Because
The
you
first
were-
Does that work for you? Because,
You
yeah.
said
It'll
the
work.
second and fourth were not good for you.
That's right.
Right, so we were working around that.
Cool.
And do the first and third. Okay, so with that in mind, the first Thursday of November would be
The second.
the second, okay. First Thursday of December,
7th.
January,
Okay, have to pull my page. January is the 4th.
February,
February is the 1st.
March,
Good thing you brought that.
I know it. March is the 7th.
April,
Sure, it's written in one place. April is the 4th.
May,
Wait a minute, April 4th, May is the 2nd. And June is the 6th.
okay, so we'll have the minutes reflect that this is,
That we're going to meet on the first Thursday of every month, and you've got the first being the 2nd of December, what was, or the 2nd of November, and then what was the date of December? and
7th,
Okay, December 7th, January
4th,
4th, February,
first,
1st,
February 1st. And March,
7th,
Great, I got the rest through June.
Okay. But other than that, I haven't heard from the
Okay.
board.
So just waiting to hear from
Waiting to
Jeff.
hear, yep. About the charge.
Mhm.
So how is it left now with the charge that the person's not allowed to come till the Board of Selectmen gets back to them?
This has nothing to do with.
No.
That.
No.
Oh.
The charge of our committee, what is our vision, what is our mission,
Okay.
what is our purpose.
So
Yeah,
the
our
selectman is supposed to give him feedback and he will get back to us with that?
Right.
Okay.
And he hasn't.
Moving on to new business.
Yeah. Just move-
First item is discussion of the open meeting law training. So I attended that on September 28th. It was very informative, I was glad I went. And yesterday, I emailed everyone
Yep.
a copy of it from, the movie from the clerk's office sent me.
Did you say July
There's
4th?
5 parts to it, and I don't think it all applies to us. I think if you have a chance and you can read the first attachment, it's 31 pages, and it gives you an idea of the law, of what the open meeting law wants to enforce. We have so many different committees here in town, you know, and ours is unique in its own way. I think what I pulled away from it that we can talk about tonight is the word quorum. And quorum is when there's 4 or more of us gathered here, there, or everywhere. And you know, for the purpose of keeping everything within the law, if 4 or more of us are gathered, we should not be making deliberations about our committee. You know, we're at a party together, and just so happens that that's how the population falls. We have to be careful about what we talk about. So if you can, now, Heather, I wasn't able to forward one to you. Would you be willing to go to the clerk's office and ask them for a printed copy? Or do you have someone I can email it to so you can read it?
Well, my email, you could try to send it sometimes. I'll give it to
Want
you.
me to try? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So you're saying if 4 or more of us together, it's important not to discuss
That's it.
any
Right.
treasure
Right.
chest business?
We can get together, we just can't talk about.
The word is deliberate, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to remember too, it's like, okay, you're saying 4 or more of a full committee of 7. You know, I was under the understanding that, you know, even if we had 5 or 6 members, you know what I mean, that constituted a quorum. And you have to look at that, and I think under terms like that, I think even 3 would be considered. Because I know in the past, even when we've met with the selectmen, if it was 3 or more, it would have to be considered a meeting.
Need to post.
But in any event, you know, yeah, if there are treasure chest committee topics, we shouldn't be discussing them outside of the committee meeting. And
But we can meet together, I mean, we could all go to a selectmen's meeting, we just can't be talking about any of this, you know?
Yeah.
Right, Jean?
Yep.
She looked it all up, so.
And
And
that'll
Elliot,
explain it, yeah.
Yeah, you did a good job explaining it.
But I think, you know, you can look at that attachment. The other 3 attachments, 3 or 4, a lot of them had to do with executive session, which we have never had to go to. But I think that, you know, that those first 31 pages
Are important.
And I'd be willing to put any questions on a further agenda, so that we can clarify where we stand, what we should do.
so typically, if you go into executive session to deliberate, you actually have to go around and first let folks know that you're going to go into executive session.
Right.
Then you have to vote to go into executive session. Each person has to physically, yes, aye, And then once you do that, you have to shut off. In this case, we're
And
being
record.
taped, videotaped. You would need to shut that off so you could deliberate. And then when you have to vote to come out of executive session, so we would do that, and then you poll each person to come out. And then once we do, then you turn it back on.
Yeah.
You take your minutes, executive session, meeting minutes, you write them up, you have them, but they're not made public until after what you're deliberating in executive session has been finalized. Typically, when I have gone into executive session, it's been to deliberate land purchase.
Mhm.
That's what-
And you don't want folks to know what piece of property you're interested in and how much you might be willing to pay and on all of that. So it's usually deliberated in executive session.
Yeah, and that came through at this training that, the difference between committees have, issues that really need to be addressed and stuck to. So it's good.
I'm trying to think of an instance where we would actually need to go into executive session.
Can't think of.
I would say that I can't think of an instance, where if we're discussing somebody, either a committee member or a volunteer who, we might be looking to,
Sanction.
that has an issue that needs to be resolved. We've even done that in the public forum.
Sure.
So,
But for executive session, I hear you saying we need to vote to go into executive
And vote to
session
get-
and vote to come out
out.
of
And those minutes
executive
are
session.
almost sacred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, within
so they're written,
But
we
non-recorded.
accept them, but they're not made public until whatever we're deliberating in executive session has been finalized.
Whereas our minutes are public, as soon as we.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. But, for the most part, I don't see us having the need,
Yeah.
but at least we know procedurally what we
Yeah.
would need to do in the event. So,
Right.
anything else you want to add about the training?
About the training, no. We appreciate that they want to, give us this time to teach us the value. All right, next item is our new walkie-talkie. And this would, is something like, no, I think our administrator really pushed for, that we have this. And if you look at that other handout,
So Link was an advocate for this?
Link was a supporter of it,
Okay.
yeah. I don't-
So how did we get it?
How did we get it?
Yeah, I mean, is this Links, is this the DPWs?
It's ours. It's ours. And so the plan to use it will hang above the refrigerator in the kitchen. And this device I will bring every weekend. I'll take it home because it's expensive. And we'll use it, if you read it, it's really from the top, from the bottom up is how I think of the plan. So if you start at the bottom, if it's a routine request,
Call him.
Tom or Cody can help us out. Like the morning that Gretchen couldn't get the bathroom open, someone had locked it from the inside and
Oh.
needed one of those little hairpins. If it's important, we put in that called a scale house. If it's urgent, this will be ready. I'll keep it charged. And the call would go down to the whole dump area.
I don't even know how to use that. You're
Yeah.
gonna teach us how to use
I
it?
think you turn it on, green button's on, it's ready to use, and then there's, probably this that you say.
That's it? Oops, okay.
Yeah.
So there's no channels, it's just the whatever you turn it on to.
It goes,
Right.
Okay.
Do you have to hold a button while you talk or
Unless,
anything?
yeah.
Usually.
On the
yeah.
side there?
It says landfill, so it's, you know, it's.
You could call him one day and test it.
I was just gonna say, you need to test it,
Yeah,
somebody needs
so-
to
Is
test
it
it.
a- What are all the numbers? Is it a phone also?
Well, the phone numbers
No.
are here to call
No,
them.
but there's a bunch of numbers on that
Yeah,
walkie-talkie.
it's
Oh, they're already programmed.
That's what I'm saying, what,
So in other words, it looks like, in a way, you can you call, yeah, it sounds like you can call 911.
Yeah, it says right on there.
Yeah.
911, because we have a landline in the building,
yeah, and
or
if it
your own
works.
cell phone.
Yeah,
So, yeah, and I chatted with Cindy briefly about, like, I'm gonna be away for a weekend, maybe if we can work out a system where I leave it
At the scale
at the
house.
scale house.
I think that's great.
When we close the facility,
Oh, good,
and then the next morning, someone has to go to the scale house.
good.
So it's, you know, the two shifts, have to think about that. But that hasn't, you know, so far, I'm gonna be.
So you're not taking this home? You're going to leave it at the scale house at the end
No,
of the
just for the weekend she's going
Only
away.
when she's away.
Only
going
when you're
away.
away, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're away, it'll be another shift leader who will,
The shift leader will have
Okay.
to go down and get it from people. I think we've all seen it now, it's on there, you know, trying to put nothing else up on the refrigerator just so we can see it and keep that on the wall for its convenience. And then winter preparation.
Mm.
I've asked for signs to put on the big sign out in the street, that, you know, that the hours are listed right now is 9 to 3, Saturday to Sunday. But come January, February, and March, it'll be 10 to 3. And so I've asked Link for.
and when is that? Come
January.
January?
January,
Yeah.
February, March, yeah.
Okay.
With the signs that can, you know, affix to the front of the existing one, and then take it down at the end of March. So, need that request. And I think that, you know, Mary, will you still be able to do the gate
Yeah.
in the winter, 10 to 11?
Sure.
Okay, that's been really helpful.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, I'll get your stuff ready to go
Yeah.
and then come out and take breaks.
So you're going to post, so you're going to put the sign, where's that big sign, the DPW sign going to be? Is it going to be in or outside the gate?
Outside the gate, I'm hoping for the
Outside the
public to
gate.
see. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my vision is, you know, the big green sign we have,
Mhm.
if there's some way that they can screw a different sign over the hours.
be good if somebody could get like that iridescent orange or something that
Oh,
catches
yeah.
you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
it was a good color, so I'm only just
Yeah.
passed, he passed it on to Sean, and I'll see what,
He's
where it
pretty,
goes from there.
Also, be careful out in the cold out there, because after 20 minutes, you're freezing, so
Mm.
just,
Yeah.
when you say an hour, that's a long time, so,
Bring a blanket.
yeah.
Keep a blanket in your
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you know,
Yeah.
Volunteers, we've gotten 3 new volunteers, and I gave everyone a new list,
Oh.
telephone numbers.
Okay.
Did I get that? Joni in Link's office was nice enough to keep it current for us.
so you put your volunteers on the list, but I mean, are they indicated that they're new or
No.
they're just on the list? Yeah.
It just been added.
So, okay, that's fine.
There's,
Tom's new, right?
Thomas and Lydia,
And then who else?
Michael, and
Anne Marie.
Anne Marie Rousseau is more interested in being a sub.
I'll just fill in
Filling in, yeah,
when we need her.
yeah. But Tom definitely wants.
If I'm short a person in the morning, it's okay for me to call her in the morning?
Maybe, yeah, Yeah.
I don't want to wake anybody like Sunday.
I know it.
You come in, what are you calling me for?
Michael is definitely a Sunday morning person, and Tom is definitely a Sunday afternoon person. It's been nice to,
I'm not including that in the minutes, I'm just, yeah, it's just.
No, that's just, it just really helps
Yeah,
us.
yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
I'm
be
very happy to have someone in the
staying
afternoon.
at least November, 1 month at a time.
Overall, you have good
But Mela
coverage
and
now?
Nancy
Just keep an eye,
come more
pretty
often
much.
because they can stay
Outside.
with me.
oh, good.
Yeah. There's another bedroom and
I'll
they
do
know.
afternoons.
No, I know.
So as
I'm
much as
Ellie.
they
But it's
can.
all good?
Well,
Yeah,
For the-
everything's
okay,
fine
cool.
Sunday mornings.
Do they clean up the, I know down by the little shack, there's a lot of branches and things down. Do they clean that?
I can,
when
yeah,
they want to.
Yeah.
I can ask.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
asked them
They do a lot.
recently to do a little pruning.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see the sign when I,
Yeah.
whenever you keep driving up the
Yeah.
Queen Anne Road,
Yeah.
a lot of branches were hanging over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so Tom is really great. He sent a message to the
Oh,
highway department. They did some pruning, but
Yeah.
there is some brush there that we
Yeah.
have to clean up.
yeah. Well, there was a big clump of grass that had grown right into the macadam there.
Mhm.
And on my hour, I cleaned it all up because I like to walk back and forth.
To make it to be a-
And I just worry about tripping, so. But I think any way that they can clean, stuff like that.
Keep
up
it
would be
clear,
great.
yeah.
Is there any way we could talk about, as new business, something about new tables at some point?
I can ask, yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm wondering with some of that money that the stickers and stuff, if that money could go towards, some of it could go towards new tabletops or something. I mean, new tables in general. I mean, right now, one of the tables is
So I'll tell you what,
busted all the way
let's,
through.
let's finish the discussion on the preparation of the winter hours. So we're done there, right?
With the winter hours.
That's
Okay,
And the
so
signs
let's,
and the
let's
volunteers.
discuss the tables under
Yeah,
open
volunteers.
session.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
We've done volunteers. right? And I wrote down sorting routine. We just this week got new signs for a lot of our areas, thanks to Jean. And wondering about just sticking to some kind of routine for sorting. And maybe putting up signs behind the sorting desks there of, putting shirts and blouses on white hangers, pants on clippy things, men's folded at the knee, and
Yep.
maybe Sarah's good with she has a good idea of how things roll out well. Maybe I'll ask her to work with me and put up some wording that makes it all clear.
Okay.
And you all know what textiles are, right? Because that law went into effect a year ago. And I've been trying to take the rejected textiles down to the landfill, down to the recycling area, and they go into the Salvation Army box.
So we're not allowed to process the textiles.
They would like us to not have it in the landfill anymore, yeah. And so one way for us to keep our rejects out of the dumpster would be to bag them up ourselves and take them off. And do the books.
So they want us to bring our textiles to the recycle?
Correct, yeah.
So you bring them down to the
landfill.
transfer station to get recycled in the Salvation Army box.
Salvation,
Okay.
Planet Aid, either one will take it.
Okay, so they can't go in with the clothes.
They can't go in with they can't go in with the Red Cross one,
Well, that's Red Cross, okay.
yeah.
Sorry. Salvation Army.
One of the Salvation
Oh,
Army
okay.
boxes does say clothing only, but they will take textiles. And I think it's helped, that, we still fill a dumpster every week or two. But boy, they've been great about keeping that area clean for us.
Yeah, they
And
have.
the metals, the cardboard, we give them a lot of credit.
So when we say textiles, we mean clothing too, that we're.
No.
No, just material?
Textiles are things made of fabric that are not clothing, so
Okay.
bedding,
Pillows,
Okay.
pillows, yep.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm
blankets.
hoping you can, pass it on to volunteers that, that.
So what's your definition of textiles again? Not clothing?
Right.
Right.
Like curtains and quilts and blankets and everything but clothing, pretty much.
And throw pillows then, or no?
Throw pillows, yes.
Pillows, no.
Any fabrics
Fabric,
that are
that's,
not clothing.
That's a good word.
that was the
Yes.
word.
Right.
Put that one in there.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
fabric. I
But
mean,
that isn't clothing.
Fabric.
Right.
So no
Perfect
fabric,
wording.
you're saying?
That's all we need.
fabrics that are not clothing.
Oh, okay. Before they become clothing.
Good one. Good one.
Okay.
Excellent. Anything else?
Nothing-
You had mentioned tables. You would
Yes.
like to see some new tables, so I put that under open session, that
Session.
Heather would like to see new tables.
I think all of us, we've
Yeah,
been
we
talking
would.
about it, it's the whole group.
Okay.
Not just Heather.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Ellie and I have been talking about it for
Yeah.
a while.
I also would like maybe the pavement stripes, the.
Yeah, the parking spaces.
Or the arrows
Oh, yep,
leading up to the drop-off section.
yep.
Then they could write paint drop off, which would be awesome.
And the handicap spot, is that
We're all set with those.
fresh? Okay.
Yeah, we got those.
Well, we've got the signs, so.
Oh, you have signs there, okay.
No, and this is, not the, when I.
No, she's talking about something else.
Yeah. but
You're talking
there-
about-
There are companies that come in and paint the
Right.
pavement.
Yeah, yeah.
So we want more vibrant arrows for the drop-off
Mm.
section, is that what someone just
Yeah, they
said?
need to be refreshed.
Yep.
I mean, the pavement.
They could even do a different color.
Oh, I'm loving that pen move.
Eric, Eric, rocking up the room.
Telling
You know what, he's been doing this a long time, it's good to have a little.
Yeah, no, I actually.
Okay, Heather,
you know,
you're
'cause you
next.
might-
No.
You might hear something that I might not catch, so
Uh-huh.
between the two of us, you know.
Yeah, yours have always been great.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
I asked in the town administrator office about Sheila, who is going to be away for some of our meetings. And we're going to find out if she can join us remotely while she's away.
Yes,
So I have to go to,
She can,
we just have.
but
to-
we have to put in something that allows us to hear her so she can contribute.
exactly.
Yep.
But I have
to do
that
Zoom.
happen quite a bit.
During-
So I've had people who, they're on vacation for an extended period or, you know, yeah. And if they're missing more than one meeting, they can do it remotely.
We have first step, get permission from the board.
Yep.
Second step, figure how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know how to do a Zoom
Because, yeah,
meeting?
we'd need some sort of communication device here that,
She does
she either dials into or we dial into her.
that. Okay.
You know how to do a Zoom meeting?
A what?
A Zoom meeting?
I know how to do Teams. I used to do Zoom
Oh, that's
before
different.
Teams. Teams
Yeah.
is better.
Okay, yeah.
But we're
She'd
not
have-
doing Teams meetings here. This
Right.
is simply, we'd
'Cause
hold
she-
our meeting here,
Audio.
and we'd have, an audio, and
Just
and she'd
audio?
be calling
Not
into
video?
it.
Oh,
No
okay.
video.
You
She
can
just-
also, you can also do it on a cell phone.
FaceTime.
She
Yeah, you
can,
can do any of that.
but we have to hear it. So it has to, we need some general device that we can
That
hear
would
her.
project it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In case she wants to say something.
Oh, you want-
She hasn't really missed any meetings. I call her after every meeting.
So anything else in open session before our next meeting's already scheduled for November 2nd. I will say this, I raised this to Ellie. The town wants, so if we meet on a Thursday, the town wants us to have our agenda in and everything in the Thursday before the meeting. Because they need to have somebody come in and set up audio and all that, the auto video.
Yeah.
And so, I'm just saying, so if there's a meeting, our next meeting is November 2nd, theoretically, the agenda has to be submitted a week prior to.
Like next week, in about 2 weeks.
So, yeah, so my question to you is, are we meeting on November 2nd?
We can't determine that today, but as we get closer to the date, we can decide.
Well, I'm just letting you know, because I'm in Arkansas, remember that.
Why can't
So
we-
if you're thinking that we're meeting on the 2nd, and I'm not coming back till like
Okay.
November 1st or something like that, I can't be putting in an agenda and getting it in a week beforehand.
Right.
But you can be here on the 2nd.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
But we can always get it in earlier too, if
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what the agenda items
Right.
is, I can, could theoretically submit it next week if you know,
Yeah.
knew what you wanted.
Right.
And partly, we're waiting to hear back from the selectmen, so we have topics from them, because we have some things hanging now.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we set an agenda and we don't have the information we need to talk about that agenda item, we simply table it for the next meeting.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If we don't have that, though, it seems we've talked about a lot of things today. Maybe we don't need a meeting November 2nd. I mean,
I'm thinking we don't.
I'm thinking we don't.
Okay.
I thought they
Unless-
said we had to.
I
I
thought they
thought
said we
that's
had
what it
to.
said too.
Only if we
They'd like
have,
us to
only
set it
if
up,
we
but
have
only if
a,
we have enough agenda items that
agenda.
have a meeting.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we need
For
to.
that.
and I don't think we're gonna have enough agenda. I don't think, we don't wanna meet for the sake of meeting, so I think it's
I hear
fine
that.
to wait till December.
December.
Right. And
Because
the thing
maybe
is-
we'll have some more
Yeah.
substantial
Yeah, right.
feedback.
You know, and then, what we should do is we should have like a December meeting and then maybe a get-together afterwards or something.
Yep,
It'll be the holidays
Yeah.
then, so,
yep,
something to consider,
yep.
Yeah.
And the things we do have to, that we're waiting to hear back from, can wait until December. And, when I find out for Sheila,
Yeah.
how that's gonna work,
Yeah.
Sheila that doesn't.
I
have
mean,
to
I
be-
prefer to put it to the next meeting off to December, because I really don't know if you're gonna have enough items to discuss, or if you're gonna get everything back. And even
Jeff.
if we heard back from Jeff in regards to, his discussion with the selectmen and our changes to the charge, that can wait till December.
Right, it's language.
Yeah, it's just language.
Yeah.
It's not something that has a sense of immediacy
I
attached to it.
agree, yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
So with that said, our next meeting then would be December
7th.
7th.
I just have a question about that lineup of meetings. As I was going through my phone, putting them on the first Thursday of every month, and I got to July, and the first Thursday is July 4th.
So we're not gonna be doing that.
Oh, I think we
Yeah.
all should meet then and bring red,
Absolutely.
white, and blue.
Yeah, did we, yeah,
That's funny.
I know, I'm like, wait a minute, we can't do that.
I thought you were gonna tell me you found different dates
nice.
than I
We
did.
could talk about
so I was
that
gonna say,
today.
Fine.
No, it's July 4th.
You want to bring it up right
You can
now?
do it right now.
You can do it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
are we keeping it now that everybody can stay as long as they want to stay
At the
at the
site.
at the site?
Not unless we change,
It's becoming a
it's a
problem.
policy. I believe there's a time limit in the,
There are people that stay all
guidelines.
morning and
Oh,
all
those.
afternoon. They spend the whole entire day, eat lunch there.
Serious?
Yes, yes.
To do.
Okay, then
I
that's,
spoke
that-
to
then
one
that's something
person
that
last
should be,
week and
that's something
let
that
this
should be
person know
brought up in a
it's-
future meeting and be discussed with Jeff. And, because right now, that's not in accordance with, the operational guidelines,
I
yeah.
thought we already had that rule that it was already set,
It's posted. I mean, there's-
Yeah,
It
it's.
is posted.
Right,
Yeah.
so I think that we could call the shot,
I
if so,
think we can speak to anyone that,
that you
That
feel is
seems like
abusing
they're
it.
exceeding their time
I
limitations.
did that last weekend.
I mean,
I spoke
if
to
they're a
them.
half an hour, you give them a half an hour of grace, but if they've been there for an hour, they've been there a half an hour too long.
yeah.
So-
Okay, but we can
Go ahead.
discuss this at another time.
Yeah.
But there are people that are gonna have pushback, and there are gonna people that are gonna say, wait a minute. And
Yes.
I'm not
It's-
I'm not calling names, I'm not saying
They're
who
gonna
stays
point
long.
out
And all I gotta,
The guy with the
yeah,
shorts, I mean,
but
he's
all I
there
gotta
all
say to
day,
that
you know.
is,
He comes back
that's
in
not
the afternoon,
our,
they'll be-
that's
yeah.
not our call. It's the selectmen's call. It's their operational guidelines, and we're there to make sure that they're followed, but they're the selectmen's.
I thought it was already set, though. I thought I
It
don't
is.
think any.
Well,
It's a half hour.
It is, it's a half
Right, all
hour,
right.
so if we have people
Right.
who are staying longer and they
Then we-
think they
then we
can.
have- right.
Look at the clock,
Yeah.
you have
Right.
one half hour.
Okay,
Well, and they can come back again if they.
No, they're not.
No, they're,
Well,
no.
not supposed
Only
to.
supposed to come
It's
once
one
a
time a
day.
day.
Well, I've seen a lot of people, you see
do?
a lot sitting
Yeah.
out there, and there's people that literally have a little business. They pick things up, they take them to their car, they're taking pictures in the car.
Really?
And then they'll get out of the car, and they'll put them back if they don't like them, and bring in some more things over. Yeah, there's
Very
a lot of that going
Well, I'll
on
tell you
there.
what they do. It's the same thing I do. You go into your phone,
Yeah.
you turn it on.
oh, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you swipe it, I'll swipe it, I'll go over to Google,
Yes, that's what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
and see if it's any.
and then I'll,
Value of it.
yeah,
Oh,
and then
my
I'll look at
goodness.
Google image, I'll snap a picture of it, and then it'll come up and it'll tell me.
That's what
Or
they're
I can go into eBay and search something, and it would give a price
what they're
there.
getting for
So
it.
what they're doing is simply shopping, and a lot of them are simply doing it right from their phone and putting it on eBay or Mercari or, Facebook Marketplace or Poshmark or any of the places where they sell.
You know what though, Eric? But for the grace, we don't know. We don't know.
No, and I'm not, and I'm just
No,
saying.
she was just saying it.
And I don't, and I really don't care.
Yeah,
No,
But, you know,
I'm
if
sure.
there's shortage of parking, that
There isn't,
seems,
there isn't.
there's no shortage of
No.
You
parking.
know what I mean? And you don't know what somebody
That
else
used
is.
to-
No, I'm just
One
saying
day.
that, but, for somebody who may be doing that, a lot of people do that. They look at it, they
Maybe they
scan it.
need
You see
money.
it everywhere now, it's pretty
Can I ask how many
commonplace.
people we'd be talking about, though? We talking about 10, 5,
3,
3?
4?
Oh,
Yeah,
That overstay?
yeah.
Yeah,
20.
3 or 4.
I mean, each
20.
day,
Really?
20.
What?
each
I
Saturday
think
and
there's
each
20
Sunday.
people that
Then
stay
we
know.
really
I
just
could
need
name
to
them.
let them, do we have the operational
think of at
guidelines? Do we
least
have the
6 people
operational
just on
guidelines
Sunday
posted?
morning.
6
And I
people
know
on
they're there
Sunday
in the
morning?
Are they on
afternoons.
site?
Okay.
And the same people that
Because if
she's saying.
somebody
I'm saying.
doesn't believe that there is, we could say, hey, here's the operational guidelines. This is mandated by the selectmen. This is your time limit.
Okay.
You state
Yeah,
it,
but
and this says that it's time for you to go. You spent your half.
As long as it is fair amongst.
Yeah.
across the board. Not just, because there's people that are there that are really friendly and fun and nice.
Yeah.
And, you say, oh, hey, they're no problem whatsoever. And then you have others that, are not so.
Yep.
And,
Well,
so-
the one thing about being in a committee or being a shift leader or any of that is, you're not, you're there to do your job, and there are rules that you need to follow. And I get that you might have friends or this or that, but in the end, you still need to abide by the operational guidelines. And
well, I know a few that aren't going to be happy.
so, yeah, be consistent in that regard. Don't be arbitrary. Yeah, you go, but you get to stay. That's,
can't. You
Yeah, that's
can't.
when you get called out. If you're going to enforce, it's got to be across the board.
So if it's somebody that you like and is nice, just talk to them about it. Tell them that you have to, because it's an issue with others. I'm sorry, we have to ask you at the same time, because we have to be doing the same
noticing
thing.
more and more dogs walking around too.
Yeah, I know, we need to
There's
get
no
rid
dog
of
rule.
dogs.
Oh, there is a
But
no dog rule?
dogs.
Well,
Yeah, but do we have such a thing? It's not in our operation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, one of them is.
Is?
Yeah, it is.
Then
But if
again,
they're-
if it's posted,
but they're therapy dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
we-
in
Well,
our,
if
maybe,
they're therapy or
well,
whatever.
if it's a
I've only seen
therapy
a
or
couple.
service dog, it needs to be
Service
wearing
dogs.
I've read-
a
Oh.
a
No, they
jersey or
don't have to.
whatever that
No, they
designates
don't.
it. They don't?
They don't
If it's a
have to wear it
service?
They don't anymore?
Nope. They don't have to wear it anymore.
Well, then let's bring that up at a future,
They have a
Bring my
piece of
pit
paper
bull.
that says it, and they don't have to show.
No, we could ask them.
You can ask, is it a service dog? If they say yes, then that's it.
Oh, okay.
If it's
I'm
not,
ready to
then
adjourn.
it has to
I'm
go
still
back.
doing your
Yeah.
friends. I
So
think
can I have a
Jerry
motion to
used
adjourn?
come out with Stan's friends. I'm thrilled.
Yeah, it's, yep.
Second, Cindy?
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Place down, Dennis.